Yeah, I tend to keep myself to myself a lot. I'm not on social media in any shape or form. I prefer to...
For decades, Rowan Atkinson has been the face behind one of the most iconic comedic characters in television history. Mr. Bean, with his exaggerated expressions, awkward gestures, and almost wordless antics. He made the world laugh, creating a character that transcended language, culture, and generations. Fans adored him for his physical comedy, his clever improvisation, and the way he could turn even the simplest situation into a hilarious spectacle. Yet, for years, whispers circulated about Rowan's personal life, his health, and his future in entertainment. Rumors spread that he might be retiring, facing health struggles, or quietly stepping away from the character that defined his career. Now, at 70, Rowan Atkinson is finally breaking his silence. In a candid revelation, he addresses the long-standing speculation that has followed him for years. He opens up about the pressures of fame, the challenges of sustaining a character beloved by millions, and the truth behind the rumors people assumed were fact. For fans, this is a moment of clarity, a chance to understand the man behind the laughter, the creative genius who brought joy to millions while navigating a life that the public rarely saw. Rowan's confession is honest, reflective, and surprisingly emotional, revealing a side of him that even the most devoted fans never imagined. This is the story of Mr. Bean, the actor behind the legend, and the truth that has remained hidden for far too long. Rowan Atkinson's journey with Mr. Bean is one of the most remarkable stories in modern entertainment. From the moment the character debuted on television, it captured the imagination of audiences worldwide. His wordless humor, impeccable timing, and expressive physicality created a universal language of comedy. People from all walks of life could relate to the awkwardness, the innocent mischief, and the clever solutions Mr. Bean conjured in everyday situations. Yet, behind the scenes, Rowan faced pressures that went far beyond the public eye. While viewers saw effortless humor, the actor spent years honing every gesture, every facial expression, and every movement to perfection. What appeared spontaneous on screen was often the result of meticulous planning, rehearsal, and a deep understanding of human behavior. For decades, Rowan maintained an extraordinary balance between public expectation and personal life. The fame brought wealth, recognition, and admiration, but it also came with constant scrutiny. Fans expected not just new episodes, but appearances, interviews, and public performances. He became a figure that people associated with laughter and innocence, sometimes forgetting that the man behind the character was a private individual with his own needs and limitations. This constant pressure led to whispers and speculation about his health, retirement, and personal struggles, creating an environment where rumors could easily take root. Beyond the public eye, Rowan's work demanded a level of physical endurance and emotional commitment few could imagine. Every episode of Mr. Bean relied on precise movements, exaggerated expressions, and flawless timing. The comedic genius of the character depended on subtlety as much as exaggeration, and Rowan often spent hours perfecting scenes that lasted mere minutes on screen. While this dedication ensured the character's worldwide appeal, it also meant that the actor's energy and personal time were constantly stretched. Maintaining this level of excellence became increasingly challenging as he aged, leading to speculation that he might be slowing down due to personal or health issues. Rowan also had to navigate misconceptions about his relationship with the character. Some believed he resented Mr. Bean, that he found the role limiting or exhausting. In truth, Rowan loved the character, but he also recognized that fame could be confining. Audiences saw only the comedic mask, never the thoughtful actor who had built a career on wit, timing, and observation. The very success that made him famous also created misunderstandings about his feelings, intentions, and future plans. It's a tension he carried quietly for years, avoiding public commentary in order to protect both his privacy and the integrity of the work. Finally, the longevity of Mr. Bean brought both reward and challenge. Rowan became a beloved figure around the globe, and the character influenced generations of comedians and performers. Yet, with every public appearance and every new project, the expectations grew. He was no longer just an actor. He was a symbol, a cultural phenomenon, and a figure whose actions were constantly analyzed. Now, at 70, Rowan begins to address these pressures openly, explaining the realities behind the legend and offering insight into the personal journey of a man who made the world. Laugh while carrying burdens that few could. C. As Rowan Atkinson speaks about his life as Mr. Bean, he emphasizes the enormous expectations that accompany global fame. The character became an icon, instantly recognizable across cultures, languages, and generations. With that recognition came pressure. Fans expected laughter. The familiar awkward gestures and the clever, often silent, solutions that defined Mr. Bean, even in public. Rowan noticed that strangers would anticipate his performance, expecting a glimpse of the character in every interaction. While he appreciated the affection, he also admits that it was exhausting to constantly balance the role of entertainer with his personal life. This tension became more pronounced as he grew older, and the physical demands of performing as Mr. Bean intensified. Rowan reveals that the character, while simple on screen, required incredible precision and preparation. Each expression, each movement had to be carefully calculated to ensure maximum comedic impact. Unlike dialogue-driven comedy, Mr. Bean relied almost entirely on body language, timing, and subtle facial cues. Rowan explains that while the final product appeared effortless, it often took hours of trial, error, and rehearsal to perfect. Scenes that lasted just a few minutes on television could demand days of preparation, precise timing, and continuous focus. This meticulous process left little room for fatigue or distraction, and it created an unseen layer of pressure that viewers rarely considered. Beyond the performance itself, Rowan also discusses how public assumptions affected him. Many believed that his life revolved entirely around Mr. Bean, assuming that he was naturally as playful, clumsy, or mischievous as the character. In reality, Rowan's personality was much more measured, thoughtful, and introspective. He admits that the contrast between his private self and the public persona sometimes felt isolating. People adored the character, but had little understanding of the human being behind it, leading to misconceptions and occasional misunderstandings about his behavior, work ethic, and decisions. He also addresses long-standing rumors about his desire to step away from acting altogether. Rowan clarifies that he never considered quitting because of disinterest or resentment toward the character. Instead, he explains that the decision to slow down came from a desire for balance, personal reflection, and maintaining health and energy. Performing Mr. Bean required not just creativity but physical stamina. And as he aged, Rowan recognized the importance of pacing himself. This decision to prioritize well-being was misunderstood by many, fueling speculation about retirement, illness, or unhappiness, all of which he now sets straight. Rowan further shares that, despite the pressures, he never lost the joy of creating comedy. The character of Mr. Bean allowed him to explore the boundaries of physical humor, challenge himself artistically, and connect with audiences worldwide. Yet, this joy came hand in hand with responsibility. The responsibility to uphold the legacy, meet expectations, and deliver humor that resonated with millions. It is this duality, the pleasure of performance coupled with the weight of global recognition, that has shaped his career and personal reflections. Finally, he touches on the personal growth that came with stepping back from constant production. By reducing public appearances and focusing selectively on projects, Rowan was able to regain control over his life, restore personal energy, and explore opportunities that aligned with his evolving goals. At 70, he speaks candidly about the lessons learned. Fame is a gift, but it comes with challenges that are rarely visible. And now, for the first time in decades, Rowan is ready to share the truth, clarify misunderstandings, and give fans an honest look at the man behind Mr. Bean. At 70, Rowan Atkinson also opens up about the emotional side of performing as Mr. Bean, something fans rarely saw. Behind the laughs, the playful antics, and the comedic brilliance was a man constantly aware of the responsibility to maintain a character beloved by millions. He explains that the role demanded not only physical energy but also an emotional investment. Each exaggerated movement, facial expression, and awkward stumble had to convey humor without a single spoken word. The audience saw only the final, polished result, but the process required intense focus, patience, and creativity. Over decades, this level of attention became both a source of pride and a hidden burden. Rowan reveals that sustaining the character over such a long period sometimes felt isolating. He describes the strange reality of being recognized more for a fictional persona than for himself. While fans adored Mr. Bean, they had little insight into Rowan's private life, his thoughts, or his creative struggles. This separation between public perception and personal identity created moments of quiet pressure. He admits that there were times when he longed for ordinary experiences without expectation or scrutiny, yet he always returned to the role because of the joy it brought to others. The paradox of loving the work while sometimes feeling trapped by it became a defining aspect of his career. Another challenge Rowan discusses is the physical toll of performing Mr. Bean. The character's comedic style relied on precise movements, awkward falls, and exaggerated gestures that demanded coordination, agility, and stamina. As he aged, these physical demands grew more difficult, prompting him to be more selective about the projects he took on. This careful approach was often misunderstood by fans and media, who assumed he was stepping away due to health issues or loss of interest. In reality, Rowan's decision to pace himself was about sustaining longevity, preserving energy, and ensuring that every performance retained its trademark quality. Rowan also addresses the long-standing rumors about his personal life and health. For years, speculation ran rampant, fueled by his absence from the public eye and selective appearances. He clarifies that he has remained in good health and that his decision to reduce his workload was voluntary, not forced by illness or misfortune. By speaking openly now, he hopes to dispel misconceptions and give audiences an honest perspective on the man behind the character. Rowan emphasizes that while Mr. Bean is iconic, he is also human, subject to fatigue, personal priorities, and the natural limitations that come with aging. Finally, Rowan reflects on the broader impact of the character and his own journey. Mr. Bean became more than a television figure. He became a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of humor that crossed borders and generations. Yet behind that success lies a story of dedication, perseverance, and personal sacrifice. By breaking his silence at 70, Rowan not only addresses the rumors that have surrounded him, but also shares a deeper truth. Fame is a gift, but it comes with hidden responsibilities, pressures, and emotional demands. His honesty offers fans a rare glimpse into the balance between global recognition and personal well-being, showing that even the most celebrated entertainers navigate challenges that remain largely unseen. As Rowan Atkinson continues to reflect on his life and career, he shares the perspective he has gained at 70. For decades, he was defined by Mr. Bean, a character that brought joy to millions but also carried with it enormous expectations. Over time, the pressures of fame, performance, and public scrutiny created challenges that were rarely visible to fans. Rowan explains that stepping back from constant appearances allowed him to regain a sense of balance and personal freedom. By choosing projects thoughtfully and pacing himself, he preserved both his health and his love for performing. This conscious decision represents a turning point, a moment where he can prioritize creativity and personal fulfillment over external expectations. He also reflects on the emotional toll of maintaining such a globally recognized character. The public often assumes that someone who brings laughter effortlessly must find the work easy. Rowan clarifies that nothing about Mr. Bean was simple. Each expression, movement, and comedic timing required careful preparation and repeated practice. The character's charm relied on subtlety and precision, making it both rewarding and demanding. While the performance looked natural and spontaneous, it was the product of decades of dedication, discipline, and creative focus. By discussing this now, Rowan allows audiences to see the effort behind the laughter and appreciate the skill and commitment that went into every episode. In addressing the long-running rumors about his retirement or health, Rowan emphasizes that the choices he has made were deliberate and thoughtful. He has no intention of disappearing entirely, but he will no longer perform simply because the world expects it. Any return to Mr. Bean would have to feel meaningful, creative, and authentic, rather than forced by public demand. This perspective reflects his growth as an artist and as an individual, showing that even at 70, he retains control over his career and the characters he chooses to embody. Finally, Rowan considers his legacy, both as an actor and as the man behind one of the most beloved comedic figures in history. Mr. Bean has become more than entertainment. He is a symbol of ingenuity, innocence, and humor that transcends language and culture. Yet Rowan's reflections reveal the human side of fame, the personal sacrifices, physical challenges, and emotional responsibilities that accompanied a lifetime of performance. By speaking openly at this stage in his life, he shares a fuller, richer understanding of what it means to be Mr. Bean, offering fans insight into the realities of creativity, dedication, and the balance between public expectation and personal fulfillment. In conclusion, Rowan Atkinson's revelation is not merely about addressing rumors or confirming speculation. It is a candid exploration of the man behind the icon, a journey of discipline, resilience, and personal growth. At 70, he demonstrates that even those who appear effortless in their craft have faced challenges, made difficult choices, and navigated the pressures of fame with care. His story reminds audiences that the laughter of millions is built on dedication, artistry, and humanity. Through his honesty, Rowan Atkinson allows the world to appreciate not only Mr. Bean, but also the remarkable individual who has spent a lifetime bringing joy to others, showing that even behind a mask of comedy, there is a deeply human story worth knowing.